Kubre pibaro ipidang sobhai pishaka channel joye katek tuta mekharya bla penya da ka SST bakateng jong academy bashi shakharim but banda ka singin teng biang ka chapter 2 ka inverse trigonometric functions and hakane ka video mentang in ne yakini ki graph jong ki inverse trigonometric functions. The the graph of an inverse trigonometric function is the mirror image and a reflection of the original function. Take example of sine. Okay, let's take the example of sine. The example of sine, the cos tan kita baru khat pelaban draw he but he stop no. Pimentang ni pe example ni pe ni la pe na duk mana haka kot jong p haka figure 2.1 kira a ya ka graph jong sin x. Okay, there nama minta baka domain baka range ka interchange kan mau ya that y is equal to sin x and then hanepat sin inverse x ka domain baka range ka interchange de minta hang ni ki input ki angles. Okay, hanepat ki input ki value hang ni ki output ki values hanepat ki output ki angles. Okay, so ka graph jong sin x kolom kumni pilat ada pet na domain haki previous videos there. Ka graph jong y is equal to sin x but la pi plot ya ki values jong ki la pi plot. Okay, ki input ki debit from -1 to 1 and then la pi plot part ya ki output pin sa yo graph jong y is equal to sin x kalong kum ni. Okay, there kanya ka sentence mga tho handi ka makom na ki omta but the graph of the inverse trigonometric function ki om ba kanya ka graph jong une inverse trigonometric function hakane ka case ni shem yo sin x pin da pet menta ki ong da pisham along the line yx. Okay, menta na combine ni kini ate hakane ka graph menta kane debit y is equal to sin x ka jong kane part kade y is equal to sin inverse x tekan mau namar ba hang ne ki input hang ne ki de ki output ki banang ni ki input hang ne ki output banang ni and then ki output ka bahane ki input ki banang ni. That means ka range ka de ka domain and then ka domain ka range ka kala domain and ka domain ka kala range fikir na ka trigonometric function ka inverse kalong ba kumta and now lada hau trigonometric function ka domain hau inverse part trigonometric function ka domain jong trigonometric function sin x ka kala no ka range and then ka range kakala domain vice versa kata ngina de na hakitik previous videos de minta pinda draw pinda plot ya ka graph jong sin inverse x pin yo kumne de minta pi plot lang kini artli and then lada pi pet kini ki artli ki graph. Okay, kato ka de ka graph jong y is equal to sin x kane ka de ka graph jong y is equal to sin inverse x and then minta lada pi pet along this line y is equal to x. Okay, ngite barba dangi plot y is equal to x in your bed one straight line ubaya ting baya ka origin. Okay, tipin dapit nata kane kamlong ra kane kimlong mirror image long kum reflection jong each other up de takara. The graph of the inverse trigonometric function is the mirror image reflection of the original function about the line y is equal to mx. This similarly lada pipet all the other trigonometric functions ki long kum ni all the other trigonometric functions ki follow ya ka ne ki long kum ne hi finda pe ya cos ne ya tan ne ya sec ne ya cosec but ya cot an kita baro kita hundred to trigonometric functions ka graph jong ki inverse jong ki kadeka mirror image jong ka original function jong ki along the line y is equal to mx. There, I hope kato pila so pangkine and then pila ban draw hi ki function kumya cos tan sa draw hi sa practice hi and then habuk ru kaladan pila ban pe kito figure 2.1 figure 2.2 0.3 0.4 0.5 hado 0.6 kila dan net kini kidur. Okay, then now in pet part ya ki important formulas. Okay, ki bagin sapan kam ta kenjeng ken mentang in pe ki important formula there ha ki previous class pila tip condition ikon very simple sin of minus theta along by kalong minus sin theta kini kimde jong kini kide jong ki trigonometric functions ting sa pe so jong ki inverse cos of minus theta long kumna ka kalong cos of minus theta kalong by cos theta then sec of minus theta kalong sec theta, and so on. Okay. Thì đã people thay pin cần máu cái này cái yêu cái tan eru cái tan cot yêu ngành mình issue thì phi cần máu cái này thì mình ta part ngành pet saya cái inverse trong kia. Okay. What if là đã phi shape sin inverse of minus theta cái formula cái đấy không? Phi học bạn cần máu cái này cái formula sin inverse of minus theta là nhé, or sin inverse of minus theta là nhé minus x. Okay. Let's say x. Sin inverse of minus x có formula cái đấy minus sin inverse x minus sin inverse x. Yeah. Sin and then let's say cosec. Cosec inverse of minus x and normally minus cosec inverse x. Okay. And then tan inverse of minus x can you do minus tan inverse x. Okay. Mình dapat ngin pet yau cos. Te pindapat menta pet ngashim yau sin cosec but tan. Ngathor siya kini because why? Kini ki share ya ki ju ki properties. Okay, so we can say about kani day family A ki share ki ju properties. So pindapat ki formula ru ki yasrim ki long kum ju. Okay. Mình dapat ngashim sao cos inverse x. Cái formula trong cos of minus x, sorry, cos inverse of minus x can be pi minus cos inverse x. Okay. Similarly, way down one sec inverse minus x. Okay. Near pi minus sec inverse x and then cot inverse minus x. Can you pi minus cot inverse x and can you likely share similar properties. Okay, cos sec but cot ki show similar properties takadang gibu shijakate cos o sec but o cot ilaban ang baki fall in another family, let's say family B. Okay, nama baki share ki similar properties. Okay, they menta had pindapet sin cosec ba utan. Okay, sin inverse x, sin inverse minus x, cosec inverse minus x, tan inverse minus x. Ki formula ki jinong kumjo. Ki long bit kumjo minus sin inverse x ne minus cosec inverse x minus tan inverse x and pindapet kini. Okay, cos inverse x sec inverse minus x cot inverse x kini ru ki jin ki long kumjo. Okay, kadi bit pi minus cos inverse x, pi minus sec inverse x and pi minus cot inverse x. Okay, so now pindapet yaka range jong kini yaka range yaka domain jong kini ru pindapet menta. Let's see sin inverse. Okay, sin inverse x. Okay, ka range of sin inverse x kadai from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Hai pinda atip baki ya ba pi habbu shijaka kini this as family 1 pindapet kan sub bahaya pi ban kanma ka range. Okay, ka range jong sin inverse x kadai from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. And now cosec inverse x. We can now cosec ulong not defined and undefined at which angle? At 0 degree. Okay, so cosec ulong not defined at 0 degree. So ka range can they from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 tang ba pi minus not 0 degree close interval minus not 0. Okay, and then tan inverse x ka range hat. Na pilate ba pibu sejaka this as family A. Okay, filabu sejaka pinap ba kan sub bahaya piban kan mau ki range anda pilaken jengken man what principal value pin sa sub bahan kan mau. Okay, and then for tan part kan mau for tan inverse x part ka range kan day from minus pi open bracket open interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Bale in open interval kan mau namar ba tan pi by 2 lane tan minus pi by 2 kide not defined. Okay, similarly hang me. Okay, hakane ka family B. Okay, jong kide ki cos sec but cot. Okay, lara ki shim ya ki range ki pi hapakan mau ya ki range ki. Okay, cos inverse x ka range kade from close interval from 0 to pi. Okay, sec inverse x shukan mau ba sec ulong not defined at what value? At pi by 2. There naka 0 to pi, from close interval 0 to pi, pishu minus bet, ya o pi by 2. Because sec of pi by 2 they not defined. So inverse unum x's. Lastly, cot inverse x. Cot inverse x ka range ka day open interval from 0 to pi. Because at 0 and pi cot down not defined. So that is how bapin kan mau yaki range chonki inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, and then kine ki formula bapin kan mau na kabanta ka exercise 2.1. Okay, identities ki formula pilabanong ba sine inverse of 1 by x equal cosec inverse x, cos inverse of 1 by x equals sec inverse x, and tan inverse 1 by x equal to cot inverse x. They mentangin pet example. Okay, showing in place. So we can play some examples. Find the principal value. Find the principal value. Okay, of sine inverse 1 by root 2. Sine inverse 1 by root 2. So, come no pin solve it. Okay, fitshim. Let sine inverse 1 by root 2 equal x. Okay, now can you pinyo come no obviously pinyo 1 by root 2 inverse 1 by root 2 is equal to sine x. Okay, now pinyo implies 1 by root 2 the sine of which angle? Sine of 45 degree. Sine of 45 degree in terms of radian can be pi by 4. Okay, pi by 4. Dengan sa hikay kung naban convert degrees into radian, the pi by 4 equal to sine x. Okay, then hangnya ka range ng usain ka day, since the range ng usain ka day from pi by 2 to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Therefore, okay, x on here equal to pi by 4. Okay, therefore the principal value, okay, conclusion. Therefore, the principal value of sine inverse 1 by root 2 is pi by 2, pi by 4. Now, okay, now on hikay pide kum na ban convert. I think pilata tama okay ngan to revise them converting degree into radian. Okay, haban kan mau ikan iru converting degree into radian. The converting into radian to radian nita ba haka circle. Okay, total angle hangni deka no, right? 360 degree. Okay, so this 360 degree ngilong nita baka equal to 2 pi. Okay, 2 pi radian. Okay, this is degree, this is radian. Menta ladang ako 180 degree. What I do? Udang ako 180 degree. How 360 degree nga divide of 2. Okay, nang divide of 2 nganyo 180 degree. Okay, so 180 degree hangdir nama ba hangdir nga divide 2, hangdir nga divide 2. If you divide 2 hangdir 2 pi divide 2 pinsayo. That's how you convert into radian. Okay, so 360 degree that you can convert into radian. You can now 360 degree equal to 2 pi. Then ako 180 degree. 180 degree now 360 degree and divide 2, and then hangdir nga divide 2. So anya 180 degree is equal to pi radian. Okay, next ako half jump 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree mod half kanya hangdir nga divide 2. So hangdir nga divide 2 pinyo pi by 2. Okay, next now ako half jump kanya nga 45 degree nga divide 2 hangdir. This will be 45 degree kani in terms of radian kanina pi by 2 divide by 2 kanong equal to pi 2 into 2 equal pi by 4. So 45 degree kanong pi by 4. Tagada pi kumhane sin pi by 4 kani sin 45 degree. Okay, so sin 45 degree kani 1 by root 2 tagada ladang ngam tho, and usually we have thought in terms of radian. Okay, tagada nga hikaya pikum na bafin convert it into radian. Take ki angles badang sa now 60 degree. Okay, 60 degree nang assume nang niya. Okay, now 180 degree bangan yo 60 degree nga half divide do and divide do 3. So 180 divide by 3 pinyo 60 degree. Okay, so 60 degree nama ba yo 180 nga divide do 3 hang ni ngan half divide do 3 pinsayo pi by 3. I hope here catch kita. The pinyo catch pe rewind yak videos. Okay, Next 30 degree, okay? 30 degree and divide hang ni dao 3, okay? So 90 degree divide by 3 pinseo kanu pinseo 30 degree, okay? So 90 degree long kanu long pi by 2. The pi by 2 menta divide 3 pinseo kanu pi by 6, see? Pi by 2 divide 3 pinseo pi into by 2 into 3 pinseo pi by 6. So can now 30 degree kadai pi by 6, okay? Last 0 degree, okay? 0 degree pan like yo pi bakalama yo pi bapi divide 0. The pi divide 0 barabar division by 0 is undefined. Pim la banong bafi divide 0. Tengom la divide nga should multiply any of these with 0. Pin yo be 0 to 0 degree. Kanong bit head the pi multiply a do 0 kanong bit 0 hi. So shaka right hand side open ya 0 radian. Okay. So that is how we convert yaki degree into radian. The example nga la pani pi hane te menta ila poi shaka bakut chung kanika video the haka next video part ngan sas dang man solve no yaki exercise jong ka 2.1 the da pidan kino ki doubts lane ki jing e phila ban comments ki comment section ngin sa la ban pen batai shu e ki jing ki doubts jong phi lane ki jing bam so thu jong phi ngila ban batai pa haki bai pa ki video publish bon